Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Legit Astrologer. My name is Rajat Kapoor and this is an important video. In this video, I'm going to talk about three things. Primarily, I'm going to focus on Venus transit in Gemini. So Venus, the planet of love, the planet of interaction, the planet of extravagance, the planet of relationships, that's what Venus is the Karaka for, is going to move from its own sign of Taurus, where it has been transited over the last few weeks, and now it is going to move in the sign of Gemini. Now, this transit is happening on the 2nd of May, and Venus is going to stay in the sign of Gemini in its friend's house. Mercury rules Gemini, and Venus and Mercury are very good friends. So Venus is going to stay in the sign of Gemini till 30th of May 2023. So it's a month-long transit that Venus has. Okay. Now, why this transit is important for us? Let me share some reasons why this transit is important. Then I'm going to talk about some implications, some results, and how it is going to have an impact on certain natives and certain houses which are going to get activated. So I'm going to keep this video very simple for you to understand. Now, this transit is important because firstly, it is the natural second house lord of Taurus and the natural seventh house lord of Libra. It is making a transit from its own house into the friendly sign of Gemini. Third house indicates change. Whenever there are significant transits that happen in the natural third house of zodiac, it triggers change. That is what this transit represents. On 5th of May, there is a lunar eclipse that is happening, which is the first lunar eclipse of 2023. Last lunar eclipse was in November 2022. So this is the first one of 2023. Now, this lunar eclipse, moon is in the sign of Libra, sun is in the sign of Aries. So it is happening between the Aries Libra axis. We just had a solar eclipse a few days ago. Now, this is the lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse is happening when moon is making a transit in the sign of Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus. So quite naturally, this Venus's transit is extremely important, primarily for the reason that moon is in sign of Libra. Now, moon will be making a transit from the nakshatra of Swati to the nakshatra of Vishakha. So if you have any planets placed in the sign of Libra, or if you have any planets placed in the sign of Aries, particularly if you have planets placed in the sign of Bharni, or if you have planets in the sign of Swati Nakshatra or Vishakha Nakshatra, this month is going to have a significant impact on you. You will start to see some results which will last till about October. So if you have any planets in any of these nakshatras, this is going to impact you significantly over the next few weeks. Okay, how it is going to impact, for that you need to analyze your chart or perhaps consult a learned astrologer to get yourself a reading in terms of how this transit is going to have an impact on you. Okay, now the second reason why this transit is important is because when Venus is making a move in Gemini, its ruler, that is Mercury, Buddha, is going retrograde at present in the sign of Aries. So Mercury already started going retrograde in the sign of Aries, and Mercury is going to be retrograde till about 15th of May. So another few days that Mercury is in its retrogression, and Mercury is already conjoined Sun, Rahu, and now Jupiter as well. Okay, so there's a 4-planet conjunction in the sign of Aries. So Aries and Libra sign is pretty much active here. Okay. Now, this transit, what is the key message that Venus is giving while making this move? 2nd and 7th Lord going into the house of communication, the house of short distance travel, the house of efforts, the house of action. So this is really the time for you to put your plans into action. This is the time to express, because Venus is all about expression. It is all about love. It is all about devotion. It's all about extravagance. It is also about luxury. Venus is the Karaka for interaction, and it is going into the sign which represents communication. The sign which is dual in nature, that is what Gemini is all about. So it is about time for you to put your dream pitch into action and really go for the plans that you have. Communication is really the key. See, the second lord, which is the natural karaka of wealth. So this is the time to gain income, possessions. How you're going to get that is through your communication, through your efforts. This is the key message of this transit. Now, this transit is also going to have a significant impact on travel, on short air travels, short journeys from May till about the end of June. You're going to witness an exorbitant, increase in air travel and in air prices as well. Okay, so this is something which people are likely to struggle. So if you have any plans for travel, please do plan ahead of the time, because any last minute plans can cost you a lot more. So this is quite likely during this transit. Now in this transit, Venus is going to go through three nakshatras. Okay, Mrigshira nakshatra, which currently Venus is transiting in. On 8th of May, it is going to transit in Ardra nakshatra, which is ruled by Rahu. Mrigshira nakshatra is ruled by Mars. Okay, and on 21st of May, going to transit in Punarvasu nakshatra, which is ruled by Jupiter. Okay, now it is interesting to understand that how these energies will play into account. Okay, now currently, while Venus is making a transit in Mrigshira nakshatra, how to read this for your own chart? You have to understand that this is activating second cycle, that this is naturally activating the second house in the zodiac. So there has to be a lot of focus on your family. There has to be a focus on savings, on accumulating wealth, on creating sources of income, and also in terms of the food that you intake, because second house is where we feed ourselves. So this is something which we need to be conscious of, and on a general level, this is what it is activating. Okay, and it is going to continue while it is transiting in Ardra nakshatra. So the second cycle will continue. Gradually, after 21st of May, it is going to activate the third cycle for the remainder of this transit, while Venus is in Punarvasu nakshatra, which is ruled by Jupiter. Now here, Venus is going to activate the third cycle, which means putting the focus back on communication, activating the efforts that you were to put in anything new that you need to do, triggering that change. So the efforts that you take now, the decisions that you make now will result in some long-lasting change for you. Okay, now we also should make a note that on July 23rd, Venus is going to go retrograde for about 43 days in the sign of Leo in the nakshatra of Magha. Okay, now Magha represents throne. So there will be some power struggles. Okay, and this is also the time when Venus is going to conjoin Mercury, because Mercury is going to move forward, Venus is retrograding. So at certain point in time, they will be conjoined each other. So it'll be very supportive. Venus and Mercury are really very supportive towards each other. So we can see some sort of power struggles. So it is time for us to stay grounded, from now till about October. Very important, particularly for those who have an ascendant ruled by either Venus or Mercury, Taurus ascendants, Gemini ascendants, Virgo ascendants, and Libra ascendants. Or if you're going through the Mahadasha of Venus or Mercury, or if they're playing a role in the Antardasha or Pratantardasha, or if you have planets placed in the sign of Aries, or in the sign of Libra, or in the sign of Taurus, or in the sign of Virgo. Okay, that this is also one of the reasons it is going to have a significant impact on you. Okay, now this timing is conjoined with Mercury being retrograde. I also want to throw some light on removing the misunderstanding and the misconception that has been created around Mercury being retrograde. I'll put it in a simple way, that Mercury is usually made a scapegoat. Okay, a lot of astrology enthusiasts talk about not starting anything auspicious, taking care of your communication while Mercury is being retrograde. This is just a myth, right? You can still start something new, you can still do important work while Mercury is being retrograde, because primarily it will depend on the kind of dasha that you're running at this point in time. Okay, Now, one of the things which is quite prominent over the next 2 weeks is, and some of you would have started to, sort of feel that energies or those experiences. Mercury is going retrograde in the sign of Aries. The natural third and the sixth lord is going retrograde in the sign of Aries. Aries is the first house in the Kalpurusha Kundli. It's about yourself, it's about your soul, it's about your personality and who you are. This is a time when a number of people will be able to revisit the past connections, past interest. It could be friends from the past. It could be love interest from the past. It could be experiences from the past. It could be reconnecting with those you have lost touch with. So this will be significant. Okay, a lot of people are going to revisit the past over the next 2 or 3 weeks. And this is where Venus is going to play a role, because Venus is the natural karaka for relationships. Okay, so most of the people are going to revisit the past, and this is going to be beneficial for all of us. If we do it for the right reasons, we will cherish some memories that we all have. And if you have some past grudges, or if you were to bridge the gap with some people you've not been able to get along well with, this is the ideal time to bridge those gaps, to build relationships, associations, network, and move on in life. This is the message that Venus and Mercury together are giving to the universe at this point in time. This is also a time for people to put focus and energies on their current relationships, the marriage, try to improve and strengthen those relationships and association. This is also the time to work on your own grooming, on your own personal development. This is the kind of message which Venus is giving. And certain steps that you take in the right direction are going to have an impact positively towards the end of this year, at least till the next lunar eclipse cycle, which is, I think, somewhere around November. Okay, so this is the kind of impact which this transit is going to have. So in my opinion, Venus's current transit, the kind of message that it is giving, the energies that it is bringing, is extremely important. This is the time for opportunities, change, short journeys, interaction with the outer world, coming out of your shell, expressing yourself, making friends, building connections, network, bridging the gaps, and moving on in life. And most importantly, one needs to stay grounded. So because if you stay grounded, this is going to work positively for you. So if you were to make the most of this transit, communicate, share with people, support each other, and that is how you will gain the real wealth, right? So this is an important time period, and I have touched upon Venus's transit, the upcoming lunar eclipse, how the energies are going to play, and also Mercury's current retrogression and direct movement in the sign of Aries. So wherever Aries falls in your chart, wherever Libra falls in your chart, Taurus falls in your chart, and Virgo falls in your chart, are the signs that is going to be of prime importance. And most importantly, through this Venus's transit, currently it is making a transit through Mrigashira Nakshatra. So for the next 2 weeks, you are going to have significantly positive results of the sign of Capricorn. Why? Because this is where Mars gets exalted. Mars rules the nakshatra of Mrigashira. So you're going to witness some positive results of that sign if Venus or Mars plays a role in your current Mahadasha, Antadasha, or Pratyantadasha. Okay. Now, 8th of May onwards, when Venus is going to make a transit in Ardra Nakshatra, which is ruled by Rahu. The deity is Rudra. It's a very powerful and a very karmic nakshatra. And this is the time when you are going to witness positive results of either the sign of Taurus or the sign of Gemini, wherever it falls in your chart. So this is the time to maximize, because these are the signs where Rahu gets exalted. There are different schools of thoughts. Some school of thought say that it gets exalted in the sign of Taurus. Some say it gets exalted in the sign of Gemini. In my opinion, Rahu gets exalted in the sign of Taurus when it is about longevity. And with regards to the physical comforts, it gets exalted in the sign of Gemini. So this is the school of thought that I believe in. Okay, so you're going to witness some positive results. And 21st May onwards, when it is making a transit in Punarvasu Nakshatra, which is ruled by Jupiter, this is the time when the sign of Cancer, wherever it is placed in your chart, is going to demonstrate some prominent results. Okay, so this helps you really in planning your next few weeks in terms of your priorities and what you're looking at. Because Jupiter is going to go pretty strong in the sign of Aries over the next few weeks, and Cancer is going to have significantly positive results wherever it is placed in your chart. So for example, let's say if you're a Gemini ascendant, you will have results of your ascendant, you will have results of your second house, which means there could be a rise in your wealth or your income. If you are, let's say, an Aquarius ascendant, so there could be instances related to your 12th house which can have a positive impact, which could give you connection with foreigners, because for the next 2 weeks Capricorn is going to have some positive results. So you can have foreign travel or connection with foreigners, or this is time for you to really strengthen your spiritual pursuit and focus a lot more on your sleep. Okay, so I hope that this Venus's transit brings in tons of opportunities for all of us, and may Venus and Mercury continues to bless us. Most importantly, why this transit is even more special, because the upcoming lunar eclipse is coinciding with Budh Purnima. Okay, so Venus, Mercury, Moon, these are amazing energies over the next few weeks, and all that I can hope is positivity, opportunities, interaction, communication, bridging the gap, and removing all obstacles. So this is what I wanted to share with regards to the upcoming transit of Venus. I will continue to make more videos. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends, hit the bell icon. If you wish to book a consultation, check out the links in the comment section and you can learn the process to reach out to me and book your consultation, right? I wish you the very best and hope the positive energies continue to build. Thank you very much.